Welcome back to Feed Fiction Files, where real stories from Reddit come alive. Today's post is from a 31-year-old engineer who spent 7 years buried in credit card debt until one humiliating moment made him change everything. This is a story about denial, rock bottom, and the brutal honesty it takes to rebuild your life from financial ruin. It started so innocently. Just one purchase, a $2,000 laptop for work. He told himself it was an investment in his career, something that would pay for itself. "I'll pay it off next month," he promised himself. It seemed reasonable at the time. He had a good job, a steady paycheck. What could go wrong? But next month came, and so did rent, and car insurance, and that wedding gift he forgot to budget for. So he paid the minimum, just $50. "At least I'm paying something," he thought. The balance barely moved. In fact, with interest, it grew. Then came the second card, a 0% APR promotion for 12 months. Free money, he told himself. He bought a new phone, some furniture, took his girlfriend on a nice vacation. He'd pay it off before the interest kicked in. Except he didn't. Month 12 arrived, and suddenly that $3,000 balance started accruing interest at 24%. The third card came from a store promotion. Save 20% today if you open a card. He couldn't resist. Neither could he resist on the fourth or fifth cards. Each one felt like a solution to his cash flow problems. Each one was actually another chain. Before he knew it, he was drowning. 5 maxed out cards. Over $30,000 in debt. The minimum payments alone were eating up a third of his paycheck. He started using one card to pay another. He took cash advances at 29% interest just to make rent. "I thought paying the minimum meant I was fine," he wrote. "I didn't realize I was just renting my debt. I was a hamster on a wheel, running faster and faster but never getting anywhere." The phone calls started. First they were polite reminders, then they became more frequent, more insistent. He stopped answering numbers he didn't recognize. He let his mail pile up unopened because he couldn't bear to see another statement. Every envelope felt like an accusation. Every notification made his stomach drop. He became an expert at lying. To his girlfriend about why they couldn't go out. To his parents about why he couldn't visit for the holidays. To himself about how bad things really were. "It's under control," he'd say. "I'm handling it." But late at night, alone with his spreadsheets, he knew the truth. He was sinking, and he didn't know how to stop. The breaking point came on an ordinary Tuesday night. Nothing special, just dinner with friends at a casual restaurant. The kind of place he'd been to 100 times before. When the check came, he handed over his card without thinking. It was his emergency card, the one he'd kept at a manageable balance for situations just like this. Declined. His heart stopped. He tried another card, hands shaking slightly as he swiped. Declined. Then another. Declined. His friends watched in uncomfortable silence. Someone finally said, "Hey man, I got this one. Don't worry about it." But he could see it in their eyes, the pity, the judgment, the unasked questions. He mumbled something about fraud protection and left as quickly as he could. In his car, he sat in the dark parking lot and stared at his phone. 3 text alerts. Insufficient credit available. He wasn't just broke. He was beyond broke. He was $30,000 in the hole and couldn't even buy dinner. The shame was overwhelming. Not just because his card was declined, but because in that moment, in front of people he cared about, his carefully constructed facade shattered. They knew. Everyone knew. He wasn't the successful engineer with his life together. He was a financial disaster hiding behind minimum payments and lies. "That was the first time I admitted the problem wasn't the banks. It was me," he wrote. "I wanted to blame interest rates, unexpected expenses, bad luck. But sitting in that car, I had to face the truth. I did this. Every swipe, every minimum payment, every lie I told myself, that was all me." That single humiliating swipe became his turning point. He didn't sleep that night. Instead, he did something he'd been avoiding for years. He looked at the full picture. He logged into every account, wrote down every balance, every interest rate, every minimum payment. The numbers were worse than he imagined. His effective interest rate across all cards averaged 23%. At his current payment rate, it would take him 47 years to pay everything off. He'd pay over $80,000 in interest alone. The next morning, something had shifted. The denial was gone. The shame was still there, but now it had purpose. He wasn't going to hide anymore. He was going to fix this. He started with the brutal cuts. Every subscription service, gone. Netflix, Spotify, that gym membership he never used, the meal kit delivery, the premium coffee subscription. He calculated he was spending $340 a month on things he barely noticed. That was $4,000 a year literally going down the drain. Online shopping was his biggest weakness, so he deleted every shopping app from his phone. Amazon, Target, that sneaker website he checked daily. He unsubscribed from every promotional email. He even had his girlfriend change his passwords and not tell him what they were. He switched to cash for everything. He'd withdraw his weekly budget, $150 for groceries and gas. And when it was gone, it was gone. No swiping for just this one thing. The physical act of handing over bills made every purchase real in a way that tapping a card never did. Then came the debt avalanche method. He listed every card by interest rate and attacked the highest one first, the one at 27% that was eating him alive. Every extra dollar went there. Tax refund? Straight to the card. Birthday money? Card. Found $20 in an old jacket? You better believe that went to the card. For the other cards, he paid exactly the minimum and not a penny more. It felt wrong at first. Shouldn't he spread the payments around? But the math was clear. Kill the high-interest debt first, then roll that payment into the next highest, creating a snowball effect. Weekends became workdays. He picked up freelance projects, website design, technical writing, anything that paid. Every Friday night while his friends went out, he was at his laptop, grinding. Every Saturday morning while they nursed hangovers, he was coding. It was lonely. It was exhausting. But every extra $500 meant one more dent in that mountain of debt. He became obsessed with his spreadsheet. He'd update it daily, watching the numbers tick down. Some months the progress felt glacial, just a few $100s against a $30,000 wall. But he kept going. He had to. Going back to that parking lot, to that shame, wasn't an option. His girlfriend noticed the change. At first she was concerned. Why was he working so much? Why couldn't they ever go out anymore? He finally told her everything. The debt, the declined card, the late-night panic attacks. He expected judgment. Instead, she said, "Okay, what can I do to help?" They started cooking together instead of eating out. She'd pack him lunches for work. Small acts of support that added up. The first card payoff came 9 months later. It was only for $200, the smallest balance, but when he made that final payment and saw $0 on the screen, he actually cried. Not from joy exactly. There was still so much left, but from relief. Proof that this was possible. Proof that he could do this. He took the $180 minimum payment from that card and rolled it into the next one, then the next. The snowball was rolling, picking up speed. 16 months in, 3 cards were paid off. The remaining 2 felt manageable. The end was in sight. 18 months after that night in the parking lot, he made the final payment. $876.34 to close out the last card. He hit submit and waited for the confirmation. When it came, he just sat there. No confetti, no applause. Just silence and the most profound relief he'd ever felt. He wrote in his post, "I expected to feel ecstatic. Instead, I felt exhausted." Like I'd been carrying a backpack full of bricks for 7 years and finally set it down. The weight was gone, but I could still feel where it had been. Today, 2 years later, he keeps one card. Just one. He uses it for gas and groceries and pays it in full every single month. He has an emergency fund now. 6 months of expenses sitting in a high-yield savings account. Money he can actually access without paying 24% interest for the privilege. His credit score went from 580 to 760. He gets pre-approved offers in the mail every week, 0% APR, cashback rewards. He throws them all away without opening them. He knows what they really are. Invitations to climb back into the hole he worked so hard to escape. He ended his post with this: "Debt isn't numbers on a screen, it's weight. Physical, emotional weight that you carry every single day. It's in every declined card, every avoided phone call, every lie you tell yourself about being fine. When you finally drop it, when that balance hits zero, you can finally breathe. Not because life becomes perfect, but because it becomes yours again." The comments on his post were overwhelming. Hundreds of people sharing their own stories, their own struggles. Some were just starting their journey. Others were years into it. But they all understood that weight he described, and they all needed to hear that it was possible to put it down. Remember, one decision can break 7 years of chains. It won't be easy. It won't be quick. But it's possible. That declined card doesn't have to define you. That balance doesn't have to be permanent. You can do this. If this story hit home, tap subscribe and stay with Feed Fiction Files for more real stories that make you think. Because sometimes the most powerful thing we can do is remind each other that we're not alone.